Trainspotting?
When I was in high school, probably my freshman year, I remember, it was just something along the lines of I pulled up movies about heroin, and that's like one of the first things I got. And I just remember watching it, and I don't think I fully processed everything, but I would watch it like once a month when I was like 14 to like 16.
Saw it freshman year of college. Shout out Liam, he showed it to me. It was like during a series of like movies where he was just like, yo, you gotta see this, yo, you gotta see this. And it was a lot of like film bro stuff. So it was like Goodfellas, Mad Max, and then it was one of them was this. And like, I think this was my favorite one out of all of them, especially even Goodfellas at the time. I think Goodfellas is better now, but I think it's because of the pacing of this. This is like a 90-minute movie, but like so much happens.
I know.
When Tommy dies, you're like, holy shit, how long has it been?
You ever play MW2? He's soap.
Ewan McGregor somehow makes this guy likable. This guy is an ass. He ruins the life of his friend.
Yeah, but he was an addict, you know?
He stole a sex tape and ruined his friend's life.
Top 30 goals, volume 1 or whatever.
Like, sure, he's an addict, but like he didn't need to take his friend's like tape. That doesn't have to do with anything.
And it did create the downward spiral.
It did create that's what I mean. Like it ruined his life. He never said sorry, never admitted to it, and then like.
But then he gave Tommy money for another hit when he visited him when he was dying of AIDS.
How nice of him. How nice of him.
And he
after he was clean.
Ball.
After he was clean, so he knew it was bad.
No, Tommy wasn't.
Yeah, but he was.
Yeah, but at the time, AIDS was a death sentence, so he was like, might as well give, you know.
That's true.
Well, I mean, like,
I forgot he died of AIDS. I thought he died of an overdose.
No, he died of, like, some weird disease because the cat was shitting everywhere and he was ingesting the fumes all day, and then he had a stroke. Yeah. And then it's explained at the funeral.
He just dies in such a comedically tragic way. One of my favorite quotes from this movie is when he's at the nightclub in London and he's like, in the future.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
there'll be no guys and girls, there'll be just wankers.
And I'm fine with that.
Fine with that.
Yo,
he's such a cynic.
He's an ally.
Yeah, I love this character. I love the character even though he's such a shithead.
What do you think of Begbie? He has erectile dysfunction in the second movie.
That's hilarious. Is it worth watching?
Yeah, like if you like Trainspotting, like if you enjoyed the movie and you've seen it multiple times, yeah.
Like the character doesn't really go through an arc at the end. He kind of is the same person he is. He claims that he's gonna do better, but the shot selection doesn't really indicate that because it's clear. And then he says all the stuff that he's saying. I'm going to have the picket fence. I'm going to have the kid. I'm going to have the wife. I'm going to have blah, blah. Yeah. But it gets very unfocused. And then you see him smile. It's like, no, he's not going to do that. He has all this money right now. He's going to probably blow it in a week.
You gotta watch
I got to watch the second one.
Even though I didn't think it was like that good. Yeah, you should watch like Trainspotting too. Though, yeah.
It's good.
It'll like answer questions to like what you're questioning.
Does it end satisfying too?
Trainspotting too?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Like the ending is very satisfying.
Okay.
Like it is.
Okay.
The ending.
Because I know sequels, especially sequels that like have a long time between 1 and 2, but the batting average on that is a bit spotty, you know.
Soundtrack's great. Moby's big on the soundtrack.
What plays at the end, the last song? I love that song.
That's an electronic group called Underworld, and the song's Born Slippy. That's how you know that it's like
sick.
United Kingdom type.
It's sick.
Yeah. Wild boy, and then angel boy, in the doorway boy. Yeah, all the electronic music in it. They have Iggy Pop, Lust for Life in the beginning. Lou Reed, for what's it called, Perfect Day when he's overdosing.
The director Danny Boyle, he directed that movie Yesterday as well.
I still never seen it.
That was the only movie I've seen from him. Otherwise,
dude,
I did not like it. The premise is stupid as fuck. You know?
Like, without the Beatles, there would be no Radiohead, no Coldplay, you know?
That, and so like, if the Beatles never existed and some guy just randomly started singing their songs, it would not become successful just like that.
No.
Like, it's a lot more to it than just the songwriting.
I've been listening to the Beatles a lot.
Really?
Recently. Yeah. How do you feel about the White Album?
Not my favorite, but it has some of their best songs. You know, it's hard to like deny that.
I personally believe all of the
I-
all of the George songs on it,
Yeah.
most of the John songs, some of the best Beatles songs,
I was gonna say,
Paul McCartney songs on it just suck. Besides like maybe
Oh.
2 of them.
I was gonna say, like, I kind of like that the fact like it's basically just 3 solo albums.
Yeah,
You know? It basically is just 3 solo.
with Ringo,
Yeah, with Ringo. You know,
except on the first 2 songs. What's your favorite,
a Beatles album.
if you can name it,
Mm.
or you can name top 3 if you don't feel comfortable naming the favorite?
Yeah, my top 3 would have to be like Rubber Soul, Abbey Road, and the White Album. But the White Album is like
It's like a compilation.
it's like
album.
I like the White Album is kind of like 3rd place easily. Like
It's
it's
genre
in between like Abbey Road and like Rubber Soul. I love the vibe of Rubber Soul. I love like how it's just like the perfect mixture between new and old.
That was my first favorite Beatles album,
hmm
but my favorite is Revolver.
I
It has.
the sequencing in that album I'm not a big fan of.
I'm
Like,
Only Sleeping though, best Beatles song. I'll die on that fucking hill.
Really?
And it has the saddest Paul song for no one.
I like that song, but the last 2 tracks are just A1 for me. I love Got
Yeah.
to Get You Back to into My Life and
Tomorrow Never Knows.
Tomorrow
Dude,
Never
that song
Knows.
sounds like what it probably sounds like when you die. So the shit scene where basically he got too hammered, woke up, shit the bed, and then the mom was like, "Oh, I'll take the sheets. Everybody has a mess," and they're having a tug of war, and it opens and goes all over the family and all over the food.
I didn't know what that was at first. I didn't know he shot himself.
Yeah.
I thought he was like bleeding at first.
No. Well, that's what heroin addicts like.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
usually shit themselves. And he was also drinking.
So I was gonna ask you, how does it compare to RV? The shit scene from RV. Are you know the shit scene from RV?
I do know the shit scene from
Yeah.
RV where they have the tube.
Yeah.
I would say that one's a little worse because it's like they built up the shit scene where it was like
Yeah.
the pacing was super quick and it goes everywhere, and then like Mark wakes up and has breakfast with this
Yeah.
this teenage girl's family that he just fucked from the night before.
I'm gonna go on a little RV tangent.
Yeah.
But on the DVD they had a whole special, like a whole thing, like behind the scenes special for the DVD about the poop scene. And
I have
apparently,
the DVD too. I should pop
Yeah,
it
you
in
pop
when I
it
go
in.
home tomorrow.
yeah, it's very interesting. The DVD menu is iconic. It's like both the Gornicki's RV and the Monroe's RV battling
Wow,
against each
you
other.
really know your shit. I wouldn't have. You could have.
I love RV, man. I'm the biggest RV fan out here.
You could
I
have
will
said
be-
for $1 million, name the 2 families in RV, and I would have never gotten the Gornigies and
And the Monroes.
I used to have the live-action Fat Albert film in my car with Kenan Thompson.
I'm aware of that movie. I'm sure it's terrible right now.
Me and my friend were
That's
like,
one I haven't seen in like 15 years.
Well,
on,
me
like,
and my
RV.
friend were like, we should record music. And we are like, yeah. So I went to his house and we had no ideas. And I'm like, I have Fat Albert in the car. You want to drink Diet Coke, get some McDonald's, and watch Fat Albert?
How'd
And
that
he's like,
go?
It went great.